Hey, this is Genein, and I am here with your Thursday Diamond Mentor Moments. We are the diamonds because my logo is a diamond. I believe that we're all meant to shine bright like a diamond, and we all have diamonds within us, diamonds of creativity, of talents, of skills, of connectability. So I am here with your Diamond Mentor Moment. It is January 7th, and as you know, if you've been looking at media or any of your platforms, that yesterday was quite an interesting day, quite a sad day for our nation. And I just really wanted to talk a little bit about the creative aspect, the intercultural creativity aspect, and really just what that means as we hopefully move forward and we hopefully just try to figure out more what's going on, but also just how just this affects just the way we work with one another, we connect with one another, and the way we create with one another. My work is in intercultural creativity, currently writing the book on that now, and I'm looking at, number one, the cognitive functions of creativity, what it means to think creatively, what you could do to build your creative thought, but also the intercultural part. How can we create together? How do we look at culture? How do we look at just the way that people with different experiences and people with different backgrounds and just lived experiences, how do we create together? So that's my work, in case you don't know what I focused on. And today I just wanted to talk about biases, or your beliefs of what you may be holding on to and dealing with as you interculturally connect with people who you work with, you live with. What does that look like? I just finished the chapter on the 7 gems. For those who don't know, I have the 7 gems of intercultural creativity. And the first gem is your mindset. We look at that creativity and intercultural development is a developmental stage, and that you can actually develop these skills. But I wanted to really look at the open mind, open heart. That's the second gem. And having an open mind, for some of you who don't know, having an open mind is the number one indicator of highly creative people. Let me say that again. Having an open mind is the number one indicator of highly creative people. And having biases are they're the way of closing your mind. Biases narrow your view of the world, and biases really limit your ability to connect, to interact authentically, and to think creatively. So they are connected. For those of you who may not know the definition of a bias, or just a stuck belief system, a bias is just, let me start with this way. If I say peanut butter, you say jelly. Okay, as we were raised, peanut butter and jelly have been paired. They've been paired. Peanut butter goes with jelly. I'm not going to say peanut butter and you're not going to say mayonnaise or tofu. Peanut butter goes with jelly. Those things have been paired. And a lot of times biases are formed because things have been paired together in our mind without us even knowing it. So if you are interacting with a person, let's say a person from a different faith, and if you're watching a movie where this person from a different faith is always the antagonist, and they're just always seen as the bad guy, your brain is pairing that particular person, that particular ethnicity or that faith with either terrorism or just negative images. Those are being paired in your brain. And so biases can form that way through pairing. Biases can also form through just stereotypes, you being exposed to stereotypes and not having authentic experiences to really counteract that. So don't forget, the number one indicator of highly creative people is your ability to have an open mind, is your ability to really take the risk and go through new experiences, your ability to really make those new connections, because creative thinking is about connecting the unconnected and rearranging things to invent the new. So if you're dealing with biases, if you're dealing with these unconscious, just limiting structures that are preventing you to make these connections, you're dealing with strongholds that are limiting your creative ability and your ability to create with others. So that's why we look at biases. Another thing I just want to be mindful of to make sure I talk about this on our quick mentor moment is that you're being aware of what's coming into your gates, your sensory gates, what you're hearing, what you're seeing, and also what you may be just experiencing. So because biases can sometimes sneak in through just cultural norms, you taking the first step of saying, you know what, that seems like a stereotype. I don't think I have the evidence to support that, or I don't know where this idea is coming from. Let me deal with it. Let me challenge it face on. It takes our initiative to challenge the biases that we may be dealing with. So I just want you to understand that media, advertising, news stations, all of these elements, all of these platforms can be attributing to your biases without you even knowing it. And so being aware to challenge these concepts, being aware of metacognition, that's just a psychology word, saying thinking about your thinking. And also another thing that I do in my training, when I do my observational training, is I say, be aware of your emotional states. If you're going to be encountering someone and you feel like, oh, I don't want to connect with that person, and you don't know why, you don't know them, there hasn't been a history, be aware of your emotional states and say, I wonder why I had such an avoidance emotional reaction. Where did that come from? Where have I been entertaining either negative stereotypes or negative thoughts about that particular demographic? And just do the work, do the challenging work. Because as you know, as of right now, we have to interculturally connect. That is no longer an option. We have to be able to work with people from different ethnic backgrounds, gender backgrounds, faith, age, orientations, just so many different backgrounds, people with different lived experiences. And the intercultural development system shows that we can develop with our ability to connect, to be aware of people's differences, and to adapt in these situations. So I just wanted to quickly just talk to you about how biases can really limit our ability to be creative, limit our ability to connect with others creatively, and also just limit other people's ability to be creative if we are acting on those biases without even knowing it. You've heard the term microaggressions, and of course the term discrimination. Those are the full actions of the biases that we're operating from. So be aware of intercultural creativity. I'm excited to get this out to you, excited to do more trainings, more videos, and to get the book out to you in 2021. Please go connect with someone today, go encourage someone today, and don't forget to live your best interculturally creative life. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.